Hello, welcome to my channel. So today I want to talk about Nigerian Trumpists. Why is it the case that Donald Trump has a high following in Nigeria? I recall when he was still president, Nigerians and other Africans would bombard his the comment section of his post either on Facebook or Twitter. It was pretty common to see Nigerians comment on his post. But we all know that Donald Trump can be a polarizing figure. Donald Trump is synonymous to controversy. So you could ask, why would Nigerians, or why would he command so much following in Nigeria? Well, I suppose you could say because he was president, and so naturally the president of the United States is arguably the most popular figure in the world. And so if the president of the United States has so much following in, let's say, Africa or Nigeria, there shouldn't be any surprises there. Well, I get the argument, but the thing about Donald Trump is, if you look at his policies, if you look at his rhetorics, you would want to argue that Nigerians and other African nationals, they have no business being supporters of someone like Donald Trump. Now, I've read many pieces written by Nigerian writers, Nigerian intellectuals, who try to argue that the idea of Nigerian Trumpism or Nigerian Trumpist is in itself a contradiction, simply because the average Nigerian wants to emigrate. The average Nigerian wants to travel abroad. We want to emigrate. Like I haven't met any Nigerian who doesn't want to emigrate, as a matter of fact, except maybe you are in a top 1%. But every other person wants to emigrate because, of course, the Nigerian environment is. We all know how Nigeria is, so let me not even dwell on that. So they've argued that it's delusional for you to call yourself a Nigerian Trumpist, because the average Nigerian most likely wants to travel abroad, wants to completely relocate abroad, and at the same time you are supporting a man who supports or who canvassed for tighter immigration policies, a man who supports building the wall and all of those rhetorics. And so in a way I can understand the arguments of Nigerian writers and Nigerian intellectuals when they say the idea of Nigerian Trumpism is contradictory in itself. But I'm more interested in why exactly does Donald Trump has so much following in Nigeria specifically. I mean, this is a man who allegedly referred to the Nigerian president as lifeless. This is a man who also allegedly referred to Africa and third world countries as SHIT countries. I don't want to pronounce that word because of YouTube censorship, but you get my point. Why would any Nigerian, in their right senses, want to support someone like that? Good question. But before I go into my arguments today, you can just quickly drop a like on this video and also subscribe if you haven't subscribed. I noticed that over 60% of my viewers so far are not subscribers, so kindly subscribe to this channel and be assured of more quality content from me. All right, so my first conclusion of why Donald Trump was able to garner so much followers in Nigeria is, to me, Donald Trump's personality. I think many Nigerians fell in love with Donald Trump, with his personality, because of his rhetorics, because of his decisions, because of the many things he did that suggested that he was a caring leader. He was an altruistic leader, in the sense that he cared about his own people so much. I mean, this was the guy who pulled America from the Paris climate deal. This was the guy who pulled America from the Iran deal. This was the guy who rejected NATO on the grounds that other countries were not upholding their own end of the deal. This was the guy who said that previous administrations, through their policies, shipped American jobs abroad, and he wanted to bring those jobs back. Now, many Nigerians probably felt, wow, this is truly a leader who cared so much about his own people. Now, whether or not Trump cared about Americans is another argument for another day. But I would argue that many Nigerians probably fell in love with his personality. My second argument on why Donald Trump was able to have so much following in Nigeria is his quote and unquote Christian faith. Right from the campaign trail throughout his presidency, Donald Trump played the card of a Christian president. Several times we saw him with different pastors in the White House, laying their hands on him. Um, Trump has also talked about the persecution of Christians around the world a couple of times. And it is no coincidence that many of his supporters in Nigeria are Christians. They happen to be Christians. So that card of being a Christian kind of resonated with a lot of Nigerians. And if you study Trump's lifestyle, it's hard to see how Trump can claim to be a Christian. This is someone who is so good at name calling his critics. We all know how how he has called many of his political opponents names right from the campaign trail, even when he was president, even after he was defeated. Trump is so good at name calling his critics, his opponents. That is who he is. And also, this is someone who has been found guilty of adultery. You know, this is someone who was asked to recite a verse in the Bible after claiming that the Bible is his favorite book, and yet he couldn't recite just one Bible verse. See how crazy that sounds? So it's really hard to wrap your brain around the fact that this dude claims to be a Christian, and many people fell for that all around the world, actually. Nigeria, especially. Many Nigerians actually saw Donald Trump as a savior of sorts, as a defender of the Christian faith. But anyways, religion has its own. I don't want to go there. So, these are my arguments today. Of course, it's more complex than that. Anyone could like Trump for many reasons. Many reasons. It could be maybe because of his stance against political correctness. It could be a million reasons why he chose to support Trump. But I feel that these are the two major reasons why many Nigerians are Trump supporters. Of course, you are free to disagree with me. So if you have a reaction, if you have a comment, you can drop that in the comment section. Let me know what your thoughts are. So that's it for today. Until next time, stay safe.